What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4 here today. Continue with my Madden 17 roster reveal, where in this series you're going to see all my rosters of what I project the Madden 17 rosters will look like, but more importantly, these will be downloadable at the completion of this season, so you can get a hand of this rosters. These Madden 17 rosters, I think they're going to be pretty much dead on for the next upcoming game, but you can get them for Madden 16, so you can get an early jump on playing with these new life-like realistic 2017 rosters, as well as if next game's shit, you can come back and play this one with realistic rosters. So today we're looking at the Cincinnati Bengals, and as always, guys, let's try to hit 40 likes on this video, and keep on subscribing to the channel. We want to hit 15,000 subs by the time Madden 17 comes out. I know we can hit that goal, but jump right into the Bengals. We're going to start at the quarterback position. Big year for Mr. Andy Dalton. I think this was his first, probably his second breakout year. Obviously, he had that first year where he kind of surprised people his rookie year. But 10-3 last year, very respectable win-loss record. I believe he got, he threw a pick, and then he tried to make a tackle and broke his collarbone. But still, 3,200 passing yards, 25 passing touchdowns to only 7 passing interceptions. So I mean, the upside is huge there with Andy Dalton. I mean, a lot of people are like, is he not? Is he, still doesn't have that, playoff win that a lot of people have been expecting for. But I think Dalton is a very solid quarterback. He's a quarterback you can win with, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if they finally get that playoff win monkey off their shoulder this season with Andy Dalton at the helm. And then you got McCarron, 76 overall. He was very suitable. In some regard, him as one of the top backup quarterbacks in the NFL today. Now, looking at the running back position, we're going to have Giovani Bernard actually ahead of Jeremy Hill. Jeremy Hill kind of had a sophomore slump. Bernard has been very, very consistent. Last year, he had 730 rushing yards to 2 rushing touchdowns, as well as 49 receptions, 470 receiving yards, and 0 touchdowns. So he still is a, do-all complimentary back, but I think overall he's more valuable to the Cincinnati Bengals offense pound for pound than Jeremy Hill. But to say that they don't have the best 1-2 punch in the NFL, I think it'd be pretty hard-pressed to find anyone better. So we gave Jeremy Hill an 85 overall, who he had just shy of 800 rushing yards last year, 11 rushing touchdowns. Not too much in the receiving game. Like I said, on receiving plays, they will have Bernard in the backfield. Added 1 more receiving touchdown. But still, 12 touchdowns and just shy of 800 yards is not bad at all. So, again, 87 and 85 is very respectable. Fullback, they got Ryan Hewitt, very solid, converted tight end, 77. Now look at the wide receiving core. This is a big question mark after they lost Marvin Jones and Mohamed Sanu to free agency. Who was going to be there next to A.J. Green? But before we move on to that, we have to talk about the man himself, A.J. Green. Absolute beast of a wide receiver, 86 receptions, just shy of 1,300 yards last year and 10 touchdowns. Big-time player. That's why we gave him the 96 overall. Phenomenal talent. Been a big fan of him ever since he came out of Georgia. Then we have Brandon Lafell, who came over from the New England Patriots. He had a big year last year, speaking in hindsight, the 2014 season. 2015 season, he was banged up. I believe he didn't even play till week 8. Had a couple drops, had some fucking bricks for hands. But potential is there for him to have a nice rebound season. And for me, I really like Tyler Boyd. I think he has a lot of upside. We gave him the 73. He was their second-round pick this year. I think he has great route running skills. He's a pretty solid complement to A.J. Green, but I still think the next best receiving target outside of A.J. Green will be, boom, Tyler Eifert. 93 overall. He did a monster season last year, and he only started in 12 games, and he still had 52 receptions, 600 yards, and 13 touchdowns. So, I mean, the rapport with him and Andy Dalton is exceptional. They're one of the best. It's pretty much like a young Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. I think if Eifert can stay healthy, big things for him next year. I think for fantasy, top 3 tight end, no-brainer. Quickly look at the offensive line. We give Whitworth, who's been, playing at a very, very high level for a very high time. 94 overall. Even though he's getting up there in age, look, he's still got that Cedric Abouye, who was very high. What was he? Was he a first-round pick, actually, in 2014? But, I mean, he's ready, and he's going to be you got a lot of fucking depth on offensive line here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Left guard Clint Bolin, we gave him an 84. And then you also got Jake Fisher, another high draft pick from 2014, waiting in the wings. At center, you got Bodine. We gave him a 70. He struggled a little bit last year. Right guard Kevin Zeitler, one of the better guards overall in the NFL. We gave him a 91. Then we gave what is he? Was he? No, he wasn't the NFL PA rep, is he? He's old as shit. 31 years old, Eric Winston, former Kansas City Chief there at right tackle. Some people say Jake Fisher might actually be able to get that starting right tackle spot this year. So, I mean, that could definitely be changed and updated in the coming months. Quickly look at the defense side of the ball. My boy from the University of Florida, Carlos Dunlap. Very glad to see him being very, very successful. 16 starts last year, 13.5 sacks. He was an absolute monster. So that's why we give him the 93 overall. At right defensive end, they got Michael Johnson, who, did a quick spell, a very, very quick spell with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And last year, not a, bad year by any standards. Still got 5 sacks. A lot of people might have thought with 15 starts, he might have saw a little bit better production, but still getting an 85 overall is not bad for him. Looking at the interior, Geno Atkins, once again, is healthy, and he is an absolute monster. Started 16 games last year, got 11 sacks from the interior of that defensive line, and just shy of 50 tackles, so 96 overall for one of the best pass rushing interior defensive linemen in the NFL. Then you got Pecco, who's a 79. I think he may be getting pushed from Billings this year, that's the way my gut's telling, but Pecco still wasn't a bad player last year. 16 games started, 5 sacks. But I think Andrew Billings, the beast, I can't believe what they gave him the 4th round from Baylor. He's a much more better complement with Atkins being more of a pass rusher and Billings being an absolute run stuffer. I think Billings, what a steal for the Cincinnati Bengals, and his 76 overall. Left outside linebacker, we're going Vincent Rey, their leading tackler on the team last year. Only started 8 games, and I had just shy of 100 total tackles, so we gave him a 78 overall. The interior, you got Dansby and Maluga, both very, very good. Maluga's been there for quite some time. I don't know how well he did exactly last year. 14 starts, what do we got here? 14 starts and 60-some tackles, so that's not bad. And Dansby coming over from the Cleveland Browns, they're going to try to get as much from his veteran presence as humanly possible. And I probably would say he gets the edge in starting in the interior of the linebacking core. Then they got Vontaze Burfict, the human dumb highlight reel. I've been a big fan of him since he came out of Arizona State, but fuck, he just keeps making bad decisions. Still in 10 starts last year, he had 2 interceptions, 5 pass deflections, 1 sack, and just shy of 80 total tackles. So we gave him an 88 overall. If he can get his head on straight, he is a phenomenal talent. Looking at the defensive back side of things, we get Pacman Jones an 87 overall. Last year he had 14 starts, 3 interceptions, 1 sack, and just shy of 65 total tackles. So he's very productive in his later years. Even though the playoff issues might have brought back up some of his character flaws, he still is, at his age at 31, he's still very much in his prime. Then you got Dre Kirkpatrick, who was some people labeled as a bust. He really came on and solidified himself last year. We gave him a 78 overall. He got some solid starts, 15 total starts actually. No interceptions, which wasn't so phenomenal. Obviously, you'd like to see a little bit more production there, statistically speaking. But he had 70 total tackles, and I mean, that Bengals defense was very, very good all season long. Then you got, obviously, Vontaze Bernard, who's going to try to find some more ways to get onto the field. And their first-round draft pick, William Jackson, who I'm very, very high on. We gave him a 75 overall. I think he has potential to be one of the top corners from this year's draft class. And that, like I said, you got Jalen Ramsey, Vernon Hargreaves. I think he could be right up in the mix with those guys. Then at safety, you got Shawne Williams. We gave him a 76 overall. Last year, Shawne Williams only started in 4 games, had 2 interceptions and 30 tackles, but he's going to have a much bigger role this coming year. I think he has all the potential. I remember him back at Georgia, very solid playmaker. And at strong safety, the returning George Illoka. Some people were hoping, me as an Eagle fan, that he was going to hit the free agency market, as he was one of the top safeties out there. But he decided to come back home to the Cincinnati Bengals, 87 overall. Last season, he started 12 games, had 1 interception, and just shy of 50 total tackles. But I think once he gets back out there, it's going to continue to help build the Bengals as having one of the best defenses, not only in the AFC, but in the entire NFL. And then we give Mike Nugent, the kicker, an 82, and Kevin Huber, the punter, a 76. So yeah, guys, those are your ratings for the Cincinnati Bengals for Madden 17, my Madden 17 rosters. As always, if we can hit 40 likes on this video, I'll upload the next video immediately. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this content. Trying to hit 15,000 subs by the time Madden 17 comes out. And that'll do it for me here today, guys. So thank you for tuning in. It's your boy C4 saying peace out.